Hi everyone and welcome to another unboxing. Today's unboxing is going to be slightly different from ones I've done in the past and you'll see why shortly. But firstly, I just want to apologise for my lack of content over the past couple of months, despite me saying I was going to do more. I haven't really had a lot to talk about. Summer's always a bit of a bummer for games. And then I had 2 weeks away. Long holidays. So with that being said, we will get straight into the unboxing, which is over here. Oh, and as you can see, it's a guitar. Now, you're probably going to be wondering, why are you unboxing a guitar? And that, I will save that for later on in the video, so if you want the story time segment, then stay tuned, but we're going to crack on with this. So as you can see, this has got Trivium written on the front. I didn't write that there, by the way. That's because that's who this is from. Again, I will explain a little bit more in the story time. So as you can see, it's in this really nice hard case, which has seen a little bit of wear and tear because it's on the road. Because it was on the road. So we've got a nice old scrape there. We've got a few dents up here on the neck. Some scratches down at the bottom. One of these clasps doesn't work. I think it's the bottom clasp. But yeah, we've got some more dents and whatnot. So, oh, God, it's really heavy. Alright, we're just going to unbuckle this, hang on. I might need to stand back, I don't know. I can't put the tripod on the floor because then it's too low, so I've had to put it on my bed, and now you're too high, and oh, I can't get this right. So, woohoo! In fact, for the sake of me not dropping it, I'll open it on the floor. I've got to be careful with this because there's signatures all over this and some of them smudge slightly, so I've got to be careful. But here we go. Woo-hoo-hoo, da-da. And we've got more on the back here, if you can see all of that. Now, some of these just look like squiggly screws, but I can tell you for show that everyone, the current lineup, says you might be watching this in many years to come, the current lineup of Trivium 2016 have signed all this. The current lineup of Five Finger Death Punch have signed this, and I can tell where those are because they've even made it quite obvious. We've got all of the fellas from Bad Religion there. Oh, we've got loads of people on here. I've actually forgotten, I better check my phone so I don't look like a twat. I can tell you for definite that Dave Mustaine is on here. There we go, there's Dave Mustaine. 15-year-old me is freaking shitting herself right now because I was a huge Megadeth fan 10 years ago. Like, everything had to be Megadeth. My MySpace background had to be Megadeth. My name had to be something to do with Megadeth. Absolutely everything. And then do you remember Bebo? If anyone remembers Bebo, you could kind of write anything you wanted in your bio. I pretty much would just put different Megadeth song lyrics in my bio like every other week. So yeah, I was a bit nuts. We've got all sorts. We've got that dude from Anti-Flag. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really listen to them much. I know Sabaton was meant to sign something, so I don't know whether Sabaton have actually signed this one or whether they signed the other guitars that were given away. But yeah, I'll actually hold this so you guys can actually admire it in all its glory. Oh, sorry, all you're getting is reflection from the camera. And I have to shout because I'm using my really shitty camcorder, which doesn't have a microphone or anything. Well, like an external microphone, so sorry about me shouting a lot. And then we'll have a little look at the face again. Okay. So yeah, that is my new present. Oh, and I'm going to put it away because I've got really bad luck and I'll probably either have a cat scratch this or I'll stand on it. So I'm going to put it away, back in its cool case. Right, so if you're interested in the story time element as to the how I got this, why I got this, when did I get this, that's what we're going to get into now, but we're going to go on the floor. because I don't want to be stood up. See what I mean? Nearly broke it already. So, story time. So, just for a bit of perspective, we're going to start all the way from the beginning. And it starts with Instagram. I follow quite a few musicians on Instagram that I like, Matt Heafy of Trivium being one of them. And he posts things like several times a day, every day. So it's quite easy to kind of just go through your feed, especially now that Instagram have changed the way that they display your feed. Like they cherry pick what they think you're going to like the best. So I'm scrolling through one day and I'm at work, I'm on my lunch break, and Matt Heafy posted something about a raffle, and he had posted numerous times prior to this post about a raffle and about signed guitars, but I didn't really take much notice because I thought, well, it's an American thing, I'm from the UK, it's probably not going to affect me or whatever, so I dismissed it up until this point. Then I read the post. Today is your last chance to buy a raffle ticket to win either this signed model, Paolo's signed bass, or Corey's signed Flying V. And I actually read a little bit more as to what the raffle was for, and the raffle was actually to help generate some funds, or to help fundraise for all of the Orlando shootings that occurred a few months ago, which I'm sure every one of you watching knows about. And so that kind of made me think, right, okay, it's for a good cause. And it was actually being hosted by a radio station in Florida, and of course Trivium being from Florida, Orlando specifically, they kind of teamed up together, where they donated a signed model each, like I say, so Corey, Paolo and Matt all donated a custom model, and they didn't just sign it themselves. As you can see from what I showed you just a moment ago, they took it on tour with them. They dragged it like pretty much all across America and got pretty much everyone that they bumped into on tour to sign it. So like I say, Megadeth, Sabaton. In fact, let me just check on here because it is mentioned on here. There we go, I found it. So there's Matt's post. So that's the baby right here. Yeah, so we've got Iron Maiden. Oh my god, how did I forget about Iron Maiden signing it? I knew that. Megadeth, as we mentioned, Behemoth. Who else? Shinedown. Oh, absolutely, Amon Amarth. Loads of people signed it. I'm going to keep that open because I'll lose it. Anywho, so where did I get to in the story? So they got loads of people to sign their various models and put them up as prizes, and the story goes, on this particular post, I think there was a mention of it being open to international participants, or rather I clicked the link, and when I actually read the details on the website, there was a link for international donations, or international participants should I say. So I thought, okay, this, at least I can get involved. My path of logic at the time, because I never win stuff, I just thought it'd be nice to contribute, because up until this point I hadn't donated to any of the multiple organisations that were trying to help with these pulse shootings and what have you. So I thought, right, now's my time to make a difference. So I did. I bought a bulk of 10 tickets for this, and I bought one ticket for Paolo's bass, because technically I play bass, but I haven't actually played bass for years. So with that being said, I bought the tickets and I screenshotted like my receipt, minus all my details of course, and I posted that on Instagram, and in the hopes that that would encourage a few more people that I knew to maybe buy a ticket, and it worked. John, my boyfriend, he bought a ticket for Corey's Flying V, I think, which I found quite strange because he doesn't like the look of Flying Vs, but neither here nor there, because it was effectively for charity, right? Anyway, so like I say, this was the last day to purchase tickets, so it was my lunch break, bought the tickets, end of that, put my phone away, went back to work, got on with my day, and then some time passed. The next morning I woke up, and of course because of the massive time difference between here and Orlando, I think it was the winners were announced at a weird time that night, but it would have been my morning. So I woke up the next morning, and the first thing I do now is check Instagram, which is a bit sad. So I was checking the Instagram and, you know, whatever. And then I thought to myself, oh, they've announced the winners. Maybe I should go onto the raffle website just out of curiosity. And I can't remember the layout of the website specifically, but I think you had to follow links for each one. So I followed the link for Corey's Flying V, I wonder if John's name is on there, and it wasn't. So I followed the link for Paolo's, and it was someone else. I thought, not me, or whatever. Then I followed the link for Matt Heafy's Les Paul, and you know, you don't think it's going to be you. And then I opened the link, and it was my name, and I kind of did that thing where I had to rub my eyes really hard because I'd just woken up, and I thought, is that my name? And I thought, maybe there's another person with my name in the world that just so happened to apply. So I even emailed the woman who's running the raffle. Her name's Mel, by the way. She's brilliant. She's been really, really great. I had to email her, and I even had to ask, like, am I the winner? Because of this immense self-doubt that I have. And then some time passed, obviously because again of the time difference, and eventually I got an email back saying, oh my god, yes, it's you, you're the winner. And then the ball rolled from there. Need your address so we can send it to you, yada yada. Yep, no worries, okay. So at one point, this is where I think the lines of the communication got crossed, because I think Mel had like a couple of different emails. There was like an email I used from the raffle website, and then there was an email I had to get from the actual radio website, because at one point that I wasn't getting a response, and I thought maybe I've got the wrong email. So that was a bit of a hurdle. So I eventually got the response like, yep, okay, thank you, I've got your address, if you can send us some pictures when you receive it, that'd be great. And that was pretty much the end of it. It was just a case of waiting. And then a couple of weeks go by, and eventually I got a email from Mel to say, right, I am definitely posting them today, they are going out. And that was pretty much the end of it. Okay, brilliant. So about a week goes by. Again, because it's coming from overseas, I knew it would be a while before I got mine. And time goes by, and then I get a letter in the post one day from Parcel Force, and it's one of those weird envelopes where you've got the perforated edges, so you have to peel the edges off so you can unfold the letter. And I'm looking at this, before I even opened it, my gut was telling me I knew what the letter was. And I unfolded it, and I think I've since shredded the letter so I can't show you, but basically it was like a big paragraph which I didn't read at all. I just went straight to like this little table they had of a breakdown of tax fee, handling fee, international tax fee or something, whatever, yada yada. And then at the bottom it had this big well actually not big, but it had this lovely large custom charge. And I was just like, ugh. I knew what it was for, and I knew why I'd got it, and I thought, right. And this was a bit awkward because obviously it's a prize, and I'm thinking, oh my word, this is really awkward. And payday had literally been and gone, so I'm thinking, right, I kind of don't have any money, so what do I do here? So I emailed Mel. I was like, bad news, Mel. And I explained to her the situation. Anyway, we exchanged emails. So the issue was, if it hadn't been paid for within 3 weeks of that letter, it was going to get shipped back to Florida. I thought, well, God, that would just be awful. So I left the ball in that court and went on vacation about a week later. So that's where it became awkward. This arrived about a week before I was due to fly out on holiday. So of course it sat in the depot about 30 miles down the road, and I've got to fly away. So I'm thinking, right, if actually no, it couldn't have been a week, it must have been a bit longer. Anyway, so time goes on, I go away on vacation. I'm on vacation, I can't access my emails because Microsoft are fucking dicks. So I was cut off for a week, so I didn't know if I had an email in response to say whether or not I had to cover the cost. I didn't know what was going on. So the day I got back into the UK and I was able to access my emails was in fact the day or 2 days before they would have sent this back. So I thought, do you know what? Assholes to it. It was all for a good cause. I'll pay the custom charge. I don't mind. It's not a problem. So I did that just in time, and it arrived. And that was it. I thought that all my worries were over. So I arranged for it to be delivered on a Tuesday last week, or week before. Last week. And I arranged it, didn't think anything of it, and then it wasn't until the night before I realised I had a driving lesson that morning. I thought, and I was home alone, by the way. I thought, shit, what's the odds that it'll get delivered whilst I'm in my driving lesson and I can't sign for it? So I left a note on my front door to Mr. Parcel Man. If it doesn't require a signature, please leave it in my porch, because lucky for me, I live in a pretty good neighbourhood. People don't break into each other's houses and nick their post. And then I went and did a stupid thing and locked the door, so he couldn't leave it in the porch. Anyway, I pull out of my street on my driving lesson. I start making my way up this we've got a really inclining hill out of my street. I'm going up this hill and I see the parcel force van driving towards me, and I was just like, no! And I thought, it's too late, I'm in my lesson. Fuck it, never mind, gone. Anywho, after the hour passes, I get home, I pick up the note on the floor to say, right, it's at the post office up the road in the garage. And I'm thinking, yep, that's fine. And I thought, oh wait, my dad hasn't got a car. My mum's taken the car away somewhere. She gone. She drove away. So I'm thinking, right, I'm gonna have to ask my brother to take me up there and pick it up. My brother was in Peterborough, which is nowhere near where we live, by the way. He was away on a business trip. I was like, crap. And I thought, well, there's no way on God's green earth I'm gonna walk all the way up to the garage, because this was in a big ass box, by the way. Let's not forget, this was in a big box, and carry it all the way home. I thought, that ain't happening. So a few more days pass, and then my brother gets home from his business trip, and as he's driving back from the train station, he offered to pick it up on the way back from the train stations, to which he did. But because it was late at night, he didn't drop it round till the following morning. Actually, no, that's a lie. The following day, evening, afternoon. So by the time he drops it round, it's like 6:15 in the afternoon. I had to go get a bus at 6:05. So I didn't have time to do what I'm doing now. This was the Friday just gone, by the way. And then Monday comes around. I'm finally thinking, today's the day. I can finally film this. You know, this is about a month and a half overdue. I set my camera up. I pop the tripod just where it is now. I turn around for a brief second, and all of a sudden I just hear one of the legs on my shitty tripod collapsed, because it's one of those really cheap, nasty ones where the little buttons have to click in. The button keeps sliding out. So, that's the bit I forgot to mention. There was a £300 camera sat on the top of this tripod with the screen flipped outwards. And I think you can guess what happened. So I cried for about 10 minutes because this camera is 2 months old. You know, the whole point of me buying this camera was to do videos like this one, and I just went and fucking busted it. So I had a good cry for a little bit whilst I was frantically texting John. How I was texting him. Anyway, so that after that dusted over, once I calmed down, it was too late to make the video. So we are now on Wednesday. What's the date today? Today's the 7th of September. And when did I actually win the guitar? So today's the 7th of September. Let's bear this in mind. And it was the 12th of July when I won this. So this has been like anticipation at the ultimate. So it's been quite an interesting journey getting this. And now that I have it, I have no idea where I'm going to put it. The plan is, when I eventually move out, I'll probably put it in like a display case or something, but for now it's going to have to stay in the hard case, and I might have to put it under my bed or something, because it can't just stay here against my wardrobe, because as you know, I obviously have a tendency to break things. So I don't know where I'm going to go from there. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to leave a comment, then please go ahead, give it a thumbs up if you want to, and if you subscribe you'll know when I make another video, maybe not like this one but in the same vein as. Anyway, thanks very much, bye!